Hello everyone, it's Hoplite Mike. Welcome back to this Teutonic Order campaign for Chivalry Total War Remastered. In the first episode, we took an army down from the north and conquered these 3 Polish settlements. We then waged war against Bohemia and took their only 2 settlements, so they are defeated. And in this episode, I'm going to try and take Poland's last settlement here, and also sort out our financial situation. So obviously we are in deficit, but that's because I recruited a big army that we used to start conquering settlements. Now that we have conquered some settlements, we can start to get into a better position financially. So I'm going to increase the taxes where I can. I didn't want to increase taxes before, just in case of riots, but now that we are in a stronger position, I think it's fine to do so. I don't really want to waste much time in terms of going for Krakow, because it gives your enemies a bit more time to do stuff, so I'm going to take this army out here. Praha is still okay in terms of public order. Then we can join up with one of the generals here to try and take Krakow. So I don't think there's much else we can really do this turn. So I'll just pass the turn there.
The Reich would wish to speak to you.
We'd write some map information.
We are agreed then.
Okay, so the Holy Roman Empire are quite large, and they do effectively surround us. Don't know what the garrisons. They're not massive garrisons, but if we are bordering the Holy Roman Empire, could present a problem. Anyway, this did start rioting, but nothing was broken, so in the next turn it will increase to 70% because the unrest will fall by another 5%, so hopefully nothing further gets damaged. Here I'm just going to take I think I'd rather attack with the faction. I don't know if we can. We can't make it to Krakow next turn anyway, so there's no point in taking the faction out this turn. Okay, we can now move into position here. So Krakow has a garrison of 3 generals, which is not insurmountable, but I'm just worried in case they have any other armies around. But what I'm going to do is take the faction heir, assuming public order is okay, which it is, and we can actually reach there this turn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and attack Krakow this turn, but I'm going to leave the archers behind in case they sally out. The archers will be a liability if they sally out. So this is a proper city with stone walls, etc., so we'll need to get the proper siege equipment in the siege towers.
The siege continues, Kaiser. Ja, mein Kaiser.
So I will pass turn there. Hopefully nothing was damaged in Praha, which it wasn't. So that's fine.
We have a proposition for you.
Trade rights with Hungary.
The deal was fair.
Sure.
Yeah?
Okay, so we've been attacked by a large Polish army. The army doesn't look particularly strong, but we are heavily outnumbered. I would just be a bit worried about these 3 general units. If it was just this army, that would be doable. I think we should just go for this. We do need to try and defeat Poland, and Krakow is a good settlement to take, so let's go for it. Okay, so what we want to do is effectively use the cavalry as a raiding party and try and take out their general first. If we can take out their general first, it'll put us into a good position. I think that's the reinforcements in the back there. I'm just going to go for these Slavic raiders over here, who have isolated themselves. The other units are a bit slow to make combat there, which is annoying because we'll have taken additional losses due to that. Essentially, I want to avoid being in a prolonged fight here. I want to take out the generals. Where we can. Don't know what's going on here. Okay, I'm going to turn back on these two units here. And then hopefully we can defeat them before most of the army gets there. We are going to take fairly big losses here, that's inevitable. Okay, I'm going to pull out of that. See if we can break these on the way past. One of the units keeps getting caught. Okay. Just gonna try and defeat this general unit here now. Looks like it's fairly low, but the numbers aren't going down very quickly. Down to 2. Down to 1. Okay, so we've got him. And we've got that unit as well. Alright, we've got the generals there, so just pull out of that one. So we did take a lot of losses there, but that was worth it. I just have one more general to worry about. going to let the guys rest up. And we can see the generals coming out to meet us here. So that's gone well. So if we can get a double charge off here. This unit seems to be particularly slow. Right, so we need to kill this unit before the rest of their army gets here.
Thank the Lord! Our men have slain the enemy general.
Okay, they're broken. So the battle should be fairly straightforward from this point on. I just need to rest up the guys. I think they will all be exhausted. But everything left is fairly low powered. Okay, we're now down to tired in most of our units, it looks like. So what I want to do is essentially pivot round till I can get their line in a kind of straight line that I can just run through. Still exhausted here. I'm just going to give the guys more of a chance to rest. Okay, now down to tired. I think that's the best we're going to get. So, I'm going to run over here. And we're going to go after this missile unit here, who have broken straight away. I'm gonna go after these archers. Okay, that's the 2 units dealt with. I don't know what these are here. Slavic, so that's the missile infantry again. It's better to charge down the hill. Yeah, it's all archers over there, so we'll just head this way. want to try and stay away from the archers unless I'm actually charging them.
Broken the enemy army. Now it is time to crush the swine.
Okay, that's another unit dealt with. I'd rather not let them escape, but I think they've made it away, so nothing I can do about that. Okay, this unit's fairly isolated now, so I'll just go for them. Not too much left to go now. I know it's been a long battle, but I think we are beginning to get there. Let's head for these archers here. Now I think we can head through most of their army. Okay, so I think I could probably just charge through most of the army now. I'll just let the guys rest for what it's worth. I think I've taken out most of the missile. They're all still exhausted, but I think that'll have to do. Okay, we've won. So I'll just make sure I've got a unit on each of the opposing units. This unit won't move for some reason. I don't know what's happened to that one. Okay. Oh, we got most of them, I think. Got some good experience as well.
Only a true hero of the Reich.
Right, so we lost
Crushing victory.
about nearly just under 100 men and took out 2,200. Got some good experience on our troops.
The Reich is victorious.
Okay, so we're now free to attack Krakow. She only has one unit in it for some reason.
Ja, mein Kaiser. Who to crush, Kaiser?
So let's go and attack. So we took out their generals in the last fight, I think, so that's why they've only got one defending unit. Yeah, I want to keep my archers away from the main towers, if I can, because I think they'll do the most damage. So they've not lined up on the walls, which was something I was worried about, because if they'd lined up on the walls we actually might have lost the siege. I did make a small mistake by not bringing 2 units of archers, because then we could have guaranteed taking their gate. But as it happens, I don't think it's going to matter.
Our siege towers have reached the walls. For the Empire!
So any minute now, the drawbridge will come down. Then we can go and capture the gates and send our cavalry into the square.
These walls now belong to the Empire.
Okay, now we're in. We can head to the square. I'm going to send 2 units around here. Two units around the other way, just so we can charge from all angles. Oh, they've come off the square. That's actually quite good, because if they break, then we'll win the fight without having to actually kill them all. Okay, here we go. So they're broken, so we'll just get the experience.
No one shall doubt that we are the victors on the
Lost 2 men there. Fortunately, maybe I should have just ended the battle. Okay, so Krakow falls.
Glory to the Reich. An honorable victory.
And I'm going to occupy here just because I want to try and keep some of the income. And that is the end of Poland. So our income has now gone up massively because of the because of capturing Krakow, and we need to try and use that to get back to a positive gold position. So Garrison's giving us plus 10%, so that's not that much. I do want to try and retrain the Sword Brethren Knights. Having said that, they actually are still fairly healthy. I'm just a bit wary of bordering the Holy Roman Empire in case they attack us. It's going to be a while before we are in positive gold position. Anyway, we need to pass turn, let some of the unrest settle. Yeah, so that's what I'm worried about. A large...
Kaiser. Forward.
Okay, so the public order there is still okay, even when I take the garrison out.
Ja, Kaiser.
So I want to try and ward off the Holy Roman Empire from attacking if I can. But otherwise we need to get back to a good financial position. Which is obviously going to take quite a few turns.
Kaiser. Ja, Kaiser.
I'm just going to mimic their movements.
Ja, mein Kaiser.
I think they do have some fairly strong armies. I would expect they would do at this stage in the campaign. It's them sort of backed off.
Ja, mein Kaiser. Ja, Kaiser.
Send at the general as well,
Ja, mein Kaiser.
just to ward them off. Okay, we're not too many turns now from being positive gold-wise.
I bring word from my people, noble lord.
Here's Novgorod. They appear to be fairly strong. Take that.
Agreed then. Our thanks.
Ja, Kaiser.
Okay, so the Holy Roman Empire have backed off completely, it looks like.
Ja, Kaiser.
Oh, they've laid siege to the settlement, so that might keep them occupied for a while.
Marching.
I guess if they don't win the siege, we can try and take the settlement. Okay, so about 7 more turns. As more factions are being defeated. So they actually lost that,
Ja, mein Kaiser.
which means I could take it. Presumably it's got a... Yeah, it does have a damaged wall. But I'm a bit wary of having more settlements bordering the Holy Roman Empire. I'd actually quite like to keep that as a buffer.
Ja, Kaiser.
Another general here. Still can't increase the tax rate. Generals actually do increase upkeep by quite a lot, so it's not always advisable to take them. Okay, I think I'm gonna sit in Praha for just now, just so we can increase the taxes. Get us out of this financial situation. Okay, so they have moved an army to here, which I will keep track of. But otherwise, yeah, so this is where taking a general actually might not be that useful. Now, having said that, actually, I could, if I can increase taxes in the settlement that they're in, it might be useful. So I have a load of settlements where I don't have generals. Okay, so we've got a general in every settlement now. Right, we are now 2 turns away from being in a good situation financially as the rebels attack us in Plock. Not something you see that often, but we'll need to go and defend. Yeah, it's not good. It's not a strong army. So hopefully they don't attack us for one more turn, and we're about to go into a positive gold situation for the first time since we started. Now they have attacked us. So we do have 2 generals. We actually could fight this. So let's give it a go. Right, so I'm gonna have to try and raid with the generals, but might be difficult. If I destroy their siege equipment, or all their infantry units, then we'll win, because they won't have anyone to carry the siege equipment. So that's a strategy we could try. Yeah, they're gonna isolate their men here. So let's try this. That's them routed. Alright, we'll go for these next. We want to try and get back in if we can. Okay, now we go for these woodsmen.
The enemy has breached our walls.
Ah, they got in.
Our defense must be like iron.
So that strategy is not going to work.
Our walls are taken. God protect us! Our general lies dead upon the battlefield. Without him, his men may lose heart and the battle. This loss
No, we lost that one.
heart of all the folk who
So strategy didn't quite pan out. Okay, so I need to take this back. Or at least in a positive hold position. I don't know if any of these units are actually decent, but I need to build the feudal horse breeder to start recruiting decent units.
Ja, Kaiser. We shall defeat them for you, mein Kaiser.
Now we can actually just take it back this time.
Kaiser.
Einheiten! Wartet auf
So there should be a wall break, which there is.
Einheiten! Einheiten! Schneller! Einheiten! Schneller! Einheiten! Schneller! Für den Kaiser! Angriff!
Slavic raiders aren't good cavalry, but they do have a lot of them.
Für den Kaiser! Angriff! These walls now belong to the Empire!
I'm a bit concerned about these archers doing a lot of damage as well. So yeah, we're going to take a few losses here.
The enemy general flees like the coward he is. Forwards and crush the enemy.
Just wanted to pull out for a second. In fact, probably worth just keeping going.
Thank the Lord! Our men has slain the enemy general. We have broken the enemy
Right,
army.
we'll end the battle there. So we lost 127 men. I think we need to try and take our cavalry back to Riga for retraining.
Victory is ours! An honorable victory.
We'll
my
exterminate
Kaiser.
them.
Orders
So these
now,
units
my
need to
Kaiser.
go back to Riga for retraining.
Yeah.
Then I'll send this general back to Poznan. We definitely need more units. I'll just forego the horse breeder at the minute.
State your business, wretched. So
It's fine.
we are agreed then.
Ja, mein Kaiser. Forward.
Now I can get the feudal horse breeder, which is the pathway to a lot better buildings. And I can upgrade some of these places as well.
Kaiser. Marching. Kaiser.
Okay, 2 times till we get to Riga, and we can retrain them. I'm going to start recruiting some early mercenary knights as well. What I can do for this turn.
Kaiser.
Okay, we can get back to Riga, and now we can finally retrain our Brethren Knights, but we are 1 short. That doesn't help. Let's take the agriculture off for now. Retrain them. We need the soldiers more than we need the... Okay, so Sword Brethren Knights should be fully retrained, and they actually keep their chevrons, which is great news. So we'll bring them back down. Hopefully we can hold out until then. 1 turn on the feudal horse breeder there, and then I will just go back to trying to build up the economy.
Ja, mein Kaiser. March.
Once we get these Brethren Knights back down here, I think we'll be in a much better spot. Okay, we got the feudal horse breeder. So the next one after that is the Langer feudum, and that's the pathway to some better military units.
Ja, mein Kaiser.
I think these early mercenary knights must have quite high upkeep. 600 per turn. These are 310. Hit.
We do not trust you, so sis, it is good we can agree.
That's a 34 turn.
Kaiser. March.
Right.
Kaiser.
So our Brethren Knights are back now. So we shouldn't have too many issues defending.
Kaiser. Forward.
Yeah, I feel safe having the Brethren Knights here. 600 upkeep per turn. In fact, I wonder what the stat advantage is through having the double silver chevrons there. And morale 12, melee attack 5, total defense 26.
Kaiser.
The attack goes up by 5. Yeah, so huge advantages there. Okay. Then I want some more of these early mercenary knights as well. They are quite similar to the Brethren Knights, but the Brethren Knights only take 2 turns to recruit. So, an obvious advantage there. So I think now we've got a foothold, we can probably start to look at where we want to go next. The Holy Roman Empire seems like the best
Kaiser.
target, I would say.
Kaiser.
Yeah, they got some big armies here.
Forward.
Yeah, most buildings take a while to build. I think I need to prepare for attack from the Holy Roman Empire.
Ja, Kaiser. Orders, Kaiser.
And then also prepare an army for invading.
Orders, Kaiser. Ja, orders, Kaiser.
So what is the cost of this garrison here? 200 a turn. and these are 600 per turn. So I'm looking at 1400. Oh, these sergeant infantrymen, these look quite good. Let's get some of them. And then we can look to attack the Holy Roman Empire.
State your business, wretched fiend. The
It's
deal was
fine.
fair, yeah?
Orders, Kaiser.
Hungary is down here. I'm just a bit wary of... Yeah, I don't want to be fighting both at the same time. Let's invest some money in Riga. We'll get town and market rights. So this gives us vassal men at arms. What I really want is this though. That's 3,200. We'll get town and market rights there. Another unit of the spearmen, and then I think in the next turn
Ja, mein Kaiser.
we will set off.
Ja, Orders, ja, mein Kaiser. Orders, Kaiser. Ja, mein Kaiser. Ja, mein Kaiser. Ja, Kaiser.
In fact, I do need an army in the east to protect from war against the Hungarians. So maybe it is better to keep them there. Alright, a couple more turns before we go after the Holy Roman Empire. Yeah, I think I'm going to pass turn and just wait to get the feudal province estate unless I can afford anything here. Just get the execution places. That was taking a while, but I do need to build up the economy. Okay, so we can finally get the feudal province estates. And I think we can now head out to the Holy Roman Empire. Has been a bit of a short episode, but I think I would quite like to leave it there because we are now in a stable position. We've sorted ourselves out financially. We have two pretty large armies, and from this we've got a good platform to start invading other territories. We did only take one settlement in this episode, but this is where I'd like to finish. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.